Just something I didn't expect to make. It's sort of newsworthy in a sense, but not exactly. I think it's important though. It's definitely something I need to discuss at this point because I think without exactly talking about this, I think for my future in making music and well, also mainly covering stuff here on this channel, I think there may be an argument to making another channel. I don't know yet. It's really hard to say, and it's a lot of work. I don't really know how you can import videos over. But the thing that really bothers me is the YouTube copyright system. And yeah, I'm just going to straight out say it. I've not even been copyright struck yet. Not once. And this surprised me. Because usually you would get a copyright strike. I remember, I think there was like a controversy with like rocksmith YouTubers at some point, and it wasn't to do with them, it's to do with the YouTube system. And they ended up getting copyright strikes for covering songs, which is ridiculous, and truth be told, it's always been a fear of mine because it's so ridiculous in nature that it just shouldn't exist. Like, why are people who, by the way, are promoting these songs, this content, being punished? And this sort of ties into a thing I meant to say earlier about my Reddit ban. When you treat people as less than human, then you need to expect to be treated back that way, because that's just how it works in this world. If you treat people like shit, they'll treat you like shit as well. That's an endless cycle, and only you can break it as the authority on this, or the creator, like whoever. And that's generally my sort of view on how sites are moderated and just done terribly. And especially YouTube with copyright strikes. But there is one thing I haven't said yet, and that is that I have had copyright claims. And these are different to strikes, because I think strikes, if I'm not mistaken, will, if you get three of them, you lose your channel, which is stupid. It's frankly a stupid rule, as it always has been. It just has no right to exist, just for how dangerous it is, especially if people misuse that. Because yeah, it's people who misuse the system and end up making the channel disappear. Like, this is the big problem here. And even then, corporations can just misuse it, like billionaires or just random grungy people, like from whatever artist or band is being sort of played or covered. So yeah, it's like a massive problem. It's ridiculous that it's even a thing, because it literally just shouldn't be a thing. But I've had copyright claims on, I'd say, like every non-gaming cover I've made, and some of them I take well. I think the only one I ever got like a copyright claim on was like Dion Dokuro for some reason. When I did that cover. It's just weird, because even though it has no impact on my videos, and like very rarely it ever gets like blocked from viewers of countries, I still got the claim for some reason, which is odd. But the other bizarre thing is the claims just seem to come out of nowhere, like the auto-detected. It's like sometimes you can't even distinguish my covers from originals, and it's just like, well, how do you know this is a cover? Because it's not always the same thing, and it just detects like a melody or pattern or something, which is always going to be inaccurate and false. It's going to cause problems, and yeah, it already has. But then YouTube take it too far when they outright block a video from being not only seen but monetized, which for certain content creators is bad. It's just objectively bad, and it's something that needs to be addressed too. It's desperately addressed. I'm just extremely pissed off about this entire thing, and the thing that prompted me to make this was a Yoscast member called Shadow at Noon, who essentially used to make some like music compilation videos, and they would do this by finding a bunch of music from different games. It doesn't really matter what game it is. It's like Pokemon or Nintendo, like anyone. It's any game really, and it's not copyright protecting music, by the way. But for some reason recently, her channel got 2 copyright strikes and is at risk of being deleted, which is again insanely dangerous. That YouTube shouldn't be allowing this, especially if it's like Nintendo here, who have a history of just being terrible at handling these things. So it's extremely concerning. And again, like, it proves that it's a big problem, especially when people with like obviously more money and stuff are taking priority over this. And there's also, again, like, this problem with obviously blocking stuff in general, and also just ruining someone's livelihood, which is the other big danger here. But with blocking stuff in general, how is that going to help anyone? Like, this is the thing that these companies don't get in this roboticization, I don't know what you call it, but they just don't act like normal fucking people in this situation. They treat it as like a corporate interest and treat you as a criminal. Google, obviously guilty of this because they're the ones pushing it. But like, it's a huge problem. Like, what else do I need to say to convince you that it's bad to do this? Not to mention, again, with like a case of like Shadow at Noon, even my own covers or others' covers, you literally get free promotion when people do this. When people include it in a video, when people make covers, when people adjust it, like, do plenty of things. It's absolutely absurd. And why are we treating people like entities, like they don't fucking matter? Like, what they do is essentially wrong because they've taken it as their own? Question mark? There's always a question mark there because there's no reason for the claim other than copyright. And copyright, as far as I know, is like a crappy legal term that essentially says like you can monetize things and adjust them to how you want just because you own the rights to it. Which again is fucking ridiculous. Like, that's hardly the problem here. And the only times I think that'd be bad is if people are using it to bad effects. Like, say if like someone remixing like Peach's Castle theme with the N-word. Like, yeah, that needs to be dealt with. But the people covering it, making compilations, promoting the entire fucking thing, are not the problem here. And that would never be the case. Not even in 100 years, when the copyright eventually fucking goes away. So yeah, obviously this is bullshit, and myself as a music channel, first and foremost, it's concerning because who knows, like, I could be next in line, and yeah, I'm a small channel and people might not hear this. I hope people do. It's really sort of concerning, and also sort of makes me feel dissuaded from just existing on here. The way to not make me feel welcome, like, what the fuck? We already had this problem with damn swearing in videos being demonetized for content creators. And we've always had this problem with copyright strikes anyway. But we have more problems in that than I think swearing ever had. Yeah, like, a lot of people are censoring things and also making new terms, like the term unalive for dead or killing. I think that's genius, because it's literally not a word. But, you know, we got around that, but with copyright it's not possible. So, yeah, like, something needs to change here. Like, no fucking joke, and I'm genuinely worried about this. Because it is a major issue. Like, people can't be getting away with this. It is going to cause so many problems. And the more it happens, the more problems we got. That's how problems work. It dominoes. It just spirals out of control, and suddenly there's no control over it anymore. So no shit, we've got problems. But here's the thing. This requires governments and corporations to start not only taking responsibility, but it's also up to people to hold them accountable as well. And I don't think we should be allowing these companies to get away with it. You know, I'm literally gonna go out and say this, whether it's consequences or not. Strike at the source. Start doing shit that will crumble them from the bottom up. Only so that you can stop these fucking greedy billionaires, whoever's doing this behind the scenes, from creating a worse world. Preserve the art, obviously, as it should be doing. And yeah, like, I'm not really sure what else to say. Obviously, eat the rich. That's one of the things we should be saying more. Because fucking hell, there's too many rich people who fuck everyone over on the lower end, and I'm honestly convinced at this point that the majority of rich people view the lower class people, even middle class, as a game that we're literally a blood sport to. Because they'll pit us against each other and fight, and view that as an amusement. Like even mass shootings, which as dark as it sounds, is very much true. They literally don't give a shit. Like if they see someone dying, like, haha, that's funny to them. It doesn't matter if it's a child, animal, probably even a family member. I reckon that's definitely how far they'll go. Again, these people are fucked up, and you know, like we're not doing as bad as them. So yeah, I think they do some karma. As simple as that. Anyway, that's sort of my addressing of the copyright situation. Sort of my thoughts as a music channel. Yeah, the other thing is like in the US, I think Rick Beato, I watch his channel every now and then. I think he's actually gone to Congress and testified against copyright blockers essentially. And I don't know if he's succeeded or not. I don't think he has, but he's always complaining about this on his channel, where his informative videos and breakdowns of obviously music, as people know him for, they get blocked because copyright holders think you need to block them for some reason. It's the same as like geo restriction. I never understood that shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. What's stopping people? Like, why stop people from another country watching or listening to something when it doesn't even like do anything sort of heinous or even like breaches some sort of contract? I don't know what to say. It's not like you're leaking government secrets by letting, let's say Russia, for example, like looking at Mario. Like, that's not leaking US secrets or even Japanese secrets. Like, there's nothing there. And the same with like when I see like geo-restricted stuff from that doesn't allow the UK in, for example. Like, there's a lot of media on like Crunchyroll. Just using a recent example, I couldn't watch the double One Piece in the UK because they haven't licensed it here. But why? It's a really fucking good show. You have the media. Why aren't you allowing us to watch it? Who gives a shit about a license? Nobody does. It's always the thing here, like, nobody cares about this fucking government legal shit. It doesn't matter anymore. Like, people have already proven that, again, like the people at the top are morally corrupt. So again, it doesn't matter, and this is why, again, I push the point of preserving and dishing out coal, because it literally is fucking necessary at this point to actually get change. And I'm so fed up with this shit. I've not even been affected by this, so yeah, it goes to show the warriors there. So again, treat people like humans, and you'll get treated like one back. Simple as that. Problem solved. It doesn't take a fucking genius. It doesn't even take tons of money, as far as I know. And it's really a failure point of any higher up, any billionaire out there now. So, yeah, I think I've said everything I can. Thanks for listening, everyone, and see everyone another time.